common factor. So we have this first one, 3x plus xy. So we have 3x plus xy. This one's pretty straightforward. When you have a number and a variable next to each other, remember that it's a product. You're multiplying them. So it's like saying 3 times x and x times y. So do you see within each term, they both have an x? So that is something that I can take out. If I take out an x, what am I left with? Remember, it's like dividing. So if I'm dividing this by x and then also this term by x, you see how the x's cancel, and I'm left with a 3. So I'm going to have a 3 for the first part, plus these x's cancel, and I'm just left with y. It's kind of a visual representation on how to factor. Yes, how to factor. Okay, perfect. I see you guys have the right answer. Good job. Yep. But you don't forget the x in front though. It's x times. When you factor out, you still need to include it, but outside the parentheses. It doesn't completely go away. That's incorrect. Let's do a different example. So let's just call that example 1. Let's do example 2. Let's do 6a x plus 12ay. Okay, now we are involving, actually that one had a whole number too, but you see how these two whole numbers share a common factor? So forget about the other variables, forget about them. Just focus on 6 and 12. Just think about the factors of 6 and 12. What do you think the greatest common factor would be? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what the greatest common factor between 6 and 12 is. It's not 2, not 3, although all of those are factors of both of them, right? But you want the greatest of them. 6. 6 is the greatest of all of those. So they also share factors of 3, of 2, of 1, and of 6. Now, of all of those numbers that I just mentioned, 6 is the largest, and that's why it's called the greatest common factor. So I can take out a 6. Now let's look at the terms. What terms do they share? I see an A and an A. So that's also something that I can factor out. So in addition to the 6, I'm going to factor out an A, and that's all the common things that they share. So remember, it's like dividing. So it's essentially dividing by 6a to each part. So 6 divided by 6 is 1. They cancel. The a's cancel. I'm just left with the x plus, okay, the 12 and 6. Well, 6 goes away because 6 divided by 6 is 1. And then 12 divided by 6 is 2. The a's will cancel, so all you're left with is 2 times y. So we'll have 2y inside the parentheses, and we're done factoring that expression. You see how easy that was? Super, super simple. Okay, all right, let's move on to the next person. Okay, you're welcome, Val. All right, guys, so for those of you watching, if you need any homework help, I know that some of you still have about 2 weeks left until your finals for your math. I only do math, okay? Just send me your homework, even if you have questions on like a math study guide for your final coming up, just send me a picture on Instagram and I will try to click on it and choose your problem to do for tonight, okay? Okay, so let's do the next problem. All right. Let's see. Okay. Okay, perfect. Someone sent me something about a test. Sorry. Okay, let's go over that one. Okay, this one says, calculate the curved surface area of each tube. All of these tubes look like cylinders, different shapes though. And so let's draw it out. We have question A, which is, okay, this one's for Okiwa, Oikawa to you, or Zaina. Zaina. Can you guys let me know in the comments if she's here, please, while I draw? Oh, okay, never mind. She's responding. Good. Okay, so the first one is on, like, laying down. Oh, my arm cracked. Okay, so it has a length or a height of 8 centimeters. Also, can you guys let me know in the comments do you know the surface area formula of a cylinder? Let me know in the comments. Let's see if you guys have it right. And the radius has a measure of 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter. Okay, let me know in the comments what the surface area formula of a cylinder is. Is this geometry? Yes, it is. Did someone already tell me? What's the surface area of a cylinder? It's a little bit complex. Okay, I see someone using like perimeter in it. Okay, where are you? So pi r squared h. That's actually volume. Pi r squared h is. Did someone give me glass? I saw glasses on me. Okay, so let's go. Surface area is equal to 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. 2 pi r h. Another common way people write it is, yeah, they both share a 2 pi r. So you can also see it as 2 pi r times r plus h. That's another common way to look at the formula. And so luckily we have everything. Height is how tall, not tall. Well, yeah, how high is the cylinder from one base to the other. In this case, the cylinder is kind of laying on its back, or how do you say that? On its side. And then the radius comes from one of the bases. We know that in a cylinder it has 2 circle bases, and the radius is from the center to the edge, which has a value of 1. So we're just gonna plug it in. It doesn't matter which formula you use, they're the same thing. Okay. So we have, I'm gonna use that first one just because it's a lot going on. But really it doesn't matter. Let me see if she needs to, or he, sorry. I don't know if we need to approximate. Anyway, so we're going to leave it in terms of pi. So we have 2 pi r squared, so that's 1 squared, plus 2 pi r h, which is 8. Let's simplify. 1 squared is 1, and then 1 times 2 is 2 pi. Here we have 2 times 1 is 2, and then 2 times 8 is 16 pi. Luckily, they both have pi in them, so we can add like terms. 2 plus 16 is 18 pi. And so our units would be centimeters squared, just because it's part of area. So with area, your units are always squared. Okay? So you do need to know the surface area formula of a cylinder in order to complete this problem. If you do not, that's the part that makes it very tricky. And then from there, you just need to identify your radius of the base, your height of the cylinder, and you literally just plug in those values, and then you simplify, and that's it. But it is super important to know the formulas. You can either use this formula or this formula. They're the exact same thing. She has more cylinders, so I'm going to leave that part. I'm just going to draw a different figure. So this one's B. It kind of looks like a cheese wheel. So the cheese wheel is like that. Comes out
Enggak boleh ni.
like that.
Apa dia? Buah layang je.
Like that. Have you guys ever
Tak ada apa
bought
ngaji.
a cheese wheel? My grandma goes to Mexico every year, and so when she comes back, she brings home a whole cylinder of cheese. It's so good. Let's see. And this time, it gave us the diameter of the base. We know it's diameter because it's the center of the circle, and it's a straight line. And they say that it has a measure of 10 centimeters. Okay? Alright, so using this formula again, I'm going to use the second one now, just so we can get a feel of both. So we have 2 pi. Ooh, this time we don't have r, but we do have diameter. D is equal to diameter. But can you guys tell me the relationship between diameter and radius? Radius is simply half the diameter. So if diameter is 10 centimeters, radius is just half the diameter. You just do d divided by 2. And you get 5. So we are going to plug in 5 into r and not 10, because that's d. So I'm going to plug in 5 in here. And then we're going to multiply that by r, which we said was 5 plus the height. The height is 3. Keep in mind, I know this looks like this would be the height, but remember, this is the base, and they're just talking about the diameter of the base. Height is just referred to like how tall or how wide your cylinder is, and in this case, it's 3 centimeters. We're just going to simplify. So 2 times 5 is 10 pi, and then 5 plus 3 is 8. And so when we further simplify, 10 times 8 is 80 pi. Surface area, again, the units are centimeters, so we're going to write centimeters squared. Please don't forget to write down the correct units. It's super, super important. In volume, we can use this so much in the real world. And if you do not have the right unit, it's going to mess up whatever it is you're trying to build. So units are super important. Even if your teacher, I don't know, maybe they're not super picky on that, but honestly, I am. So I expect, since you're my student now, since you watch my videos, I expect you to write the units each time as your final answer. I think technically I should be writing the units while I'm solving, but at the end, at least have it in the end so you know what's going on. Because what? It could be inches or feet. No, specifically centimeters. 80 pi centimeters squared. Okay? And that's it. You're going to do the same thing for the third problem. I believe in you. Just use the formula, plug in your values, and you're good to go on. Don't forget to add the units. Okay, let's move on to the next person. As I said, if you guys even have like study guides and you want to send that over, or you could even email it to me, the study guide, and I can take a look at it and I can help you. But I still know that a few of you guys are still in school, like 2 weeks left, so let's finish strong. Okay, the next person I'm going to help is this next one is going to be a triangle, but because it's not a right triangle, we're going to have to use either the law of cosine or the law of sine. So if you guys have been confused on that, keep watching because I'm about to show you.
suka tu ah.
Okay, and oh, I don't know if her name is Kiara or I don't know.
Mana suka dia.
But anyway, you are next. So let me draw the picture. Maybe her name is Are. I don't know. Can you tell me what your name is? Unless you don't want me to say it live. It's okay. I respect your guys' privacy. Okay, so we have triangle ABC. Let's draw that out. A, B, C. And so this angle is 69 degrees. This angle is 35 degrees. This one they don't tell us, but we can easily figure